Testing microphone 1 2. 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 Hey everybody, how's it going this morning? Biff back with you again. Just messing around with the audio on YouTube. YouTube is kind of weird. I mean, basically, it seems like you go live on Twitch and your stream just pops up in the window. There's no other buttons you got to click or anything like that. But when you go live on YouTube, it looks like there's a button that you have to click in the YouTube window, in the live window, to have it be live. Otherwise, I guess it just thinks it's a recording, even though when you click on create, there's a button there that says go live. It doesn't seem like it goes live. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, see down here. This is just, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's like it's not synced up. What I'm talking about is my feed, because I have like a window thing to monitor, so I can monitor it. And it keeps desyncing out of live. I don't know. Twitch, whatever YouTube system they have, Twitch is much better. Anyway. How's my audio doing? I think it's okay. Let's go to close that. Keep that open. Yeah, it says live. It's just weird. YouTube is just weird. It's like it can't keep up or something. I don't know. It says it's live. Let's see that. I want this over here. What other screens do we have up here? This one, 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 this one. Okay, so we need this one. Do a quick discovery queue. How's everybody doing? And then, but then the video on my Twitch looks like totally washed out, even though I know it isn't. Agent 64, no. What's the chant? No. Mandate order, no. Echoes of Australia, no. The one fish. Age of school, rock of school, survival log, no. Stonewards, cult of pin, no. 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 That was fun. Let's see. Let's go to is there any deal? I don't think I see anything in here. Again, we got a 2027 now on the 2027 release date on Espiocracy. So again, really don't think there's anything in there. So let's go over here. See what we can find up here. Looks like it's Torquay United. Again. Had a couple losses. A draw and a loss yesterday. We're in third now. We're projected to wind up in 16th or 17th. But we're in third. We lost to Colchester, who was 22nd, I think, when we played them yesterday. I think I've got to find some new players. The transfer window starts in about 2.5 months. I've got to find some. I might have to recall a couple of players. But yeah, Clark is up to 1.5 stars, which is good. But I think we need some new backups. De La Roca isn't even supposed to be playing as a right wing. That's how we have him playing because our players are all match heavy. They're all match heavy because of our fixture congestion. You can see here. This month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next month, 7. December, we get a break. We only have 6 games. January, we have 6 games. Now, if we go deeper into the cup competitions, then we'll have more games. But yeah, it's the fixture congestion. It's crazy. 8 games in the third in 25 days. So by game every 3 days we have a game. And you can see here, I mean, it's not like we're blowing teams out, although we did blow out Crawley, who at that point I think was 20th in the league. They've dropped a little bit. Again, I'm thinking about maybe the thing is, if right now there's a offer from SI to get into the Football Manager 27 um, testing, game testing. But they say one of the things they want you to do is they want you to play FM27, the beta or whatever that you get. They want you to play that as much as possible and make suggestions. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that because they're not going to let me stream it. And I want to stream the games and I want to play the Torquay save. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So we're up against Tranmere next. We're going to do a quick pick of our best 11. And I think I think this match load stuff is not related at all to condition or sharpness, whatever. So you could be well rested, but you still have a heavy match load, which can lead to injuries. So the only remedy for heavy match load is to not play in a match, I think. Now it's got a certain number of minutes, so for example, Welch is heavy. No, yeah, Welch is heavy and it's a yellow heavy. But he's only played 232 out of the possible 450 minutes in the last 14 days. He hasn't played in every single match. Or if he has played in every single match, he hasn't played the whole match. He's been substituted out. But I think still this is just like, matches. You've been in 5 matches in the last 14 days. So that is we picked the best 11, right? Did Manser start last game? Where's Pilling? Pilling is my best deep line playmaker. Manser can be on the bench. Araboma wants to start all the time as a center back. Dixon and Maswi. Okay. So then on the bench, we've got Tabor. We've got Plant. Where is Everton is on the bench. Golden is on the bench. Is there a way to save these? Is there a way to save like your best 11 and your best bench? Yeah, save team selection. Okay. I have to do that because I go through this every time. Tabor, Plant, Trip, Man, so you come up to midfield, Golden, you come up here, and then who do we want to possibly come in off the bench? I wish you could get your star ratings down here. I don't know why they don't show up here under your... I don't know why they don't show up here under your, down here. I don't know. That'd be nice, though. Who do I want to come on? Possibly beside Tripp. Now, Tripp can play, and he can be substituted for Dixon. But Sticklin is the better defender. Well, not really. He's only 2.5 stars also. Sam, I think, is 2.5 stars. He's 3 stars. But he can't play on the right like Tripp can. Brooking can play here or here, but he's better on the wing. Lindsay can play on the left wing. Johnson can play on the left wing. We've got Golden to come in for either side, but if I need somebody to be able to come in on the right side, I think I'll put Tripp out there because yeah, see, these guys are all on heavy. Because why? Well, because of the fixture congestion. That's why. All right, so we're still on Saturday. We're still game day from yesterday where we lost to Colchester. We haven't gone here yet, so we need to rest my players here. I'm going to start switching this. We're pretty deep into the season. I'm going to start switching this to my preferred thing. Just going to rest. So I'm going to switch this to my preferred. My guys rest here. They rest here. And they're actually going to rest these 2 days. So we're going to have 3 days of rest. This is going to be goalkeeping. This is going to be rest. I mean, it's not my team's fault that that there's this fixture congestion. It's not their fault. So let's see, outfield. Just crazy. Just crazy. I mean, league game here. 3 days later, another league game. It's just nuts. Let's see. Set pieces, set piece routines. We're going to do rest here. General, physical, rest. Just nuts. Nuts as in crazy. Okay, let's go here. And since we have this, let's do where did we do this? I saw this over here. Save. Team selection, okay. This is going to be best. How do we do this? 11 and bench. If I just use and best bench. Now see, where does that come up? When I want to select it. Okay, here it is. Selected best 11. Okay, let's do that. So I got to rest my guys. And it's going to be for what? It's going to be for not here. I don't rest them today. I rest them tomorrow for 2 days. Okay. It's just nuts how it just goes so so the fixtures are packed in so tight. Okay, now it's county, class select. Profligacy following defeat. I think that's that we had a lot of shots, but we didn't score. It's obviously frustrating to not even come away with a point from a game we've dominated, but we've got to learn our lessons from matches like these. Yeah, that's just the game. That's just the game. There's a lot of times you come away from a game with no points because that's Football Manager. Even though you dominate the game, pretty much every category, except one, which is the score. We've disappointingly converted none of our 34 touches in the opposition's penalty area into goals. See, I'd rather it read like that. We've disappointingly converted none of our 34 touches in the opposition's penalty area into goals. Instead of telling me first, we've disappointingly, that's kind of understood. Impressively restrict the opposition, no goals at all from 22 touches in our penalty area. We've scored none of our, so they had 22 touches in our penalty area. We had 34 in theirs. Their 22 touches in our penalty area, we didn't concede a goal. I think we conceded a long shot. Scored none of our 10 shots attempted from inside the penalty area. We've conceded none of the 12 shots attempted from inside our penalty area. So how did they win? We've restricted the opposition to no goals at all from 22 touches in our penalty area. We conceded none of the 12 shots attempted from inside our penalty area. We scored none of our 10 shots. Yeah, we've regained possession well in central areas of our own third of the pitch, so that's why I like to play with the instruction trap inside, because we tend to regain the ball there. Okay, we are into Sunday. So we are into Sunday, so we need to rest. I like to give the players the I think the colors of Football Manager, like one of the main colors is purple. Of course, this is a mod called CTRL, the control mod. But it'd be nice if this was purple. Kind of stand out more, I think. So I like to give my players the day after the game, the recovery, match review, and team bonding. And then I rest them on the days following that. Okay, so we're going to go here, down here. Go over here, go over here. Elias is tired. Stickland's tired. Brooking is tired. And again, I don't think the match load thing where players can get injured if they have a heavy match load, I don't think that has anything to do with how tired they are. Okay, we're going to rest them for 2 days. Tranmere scouting report. Okay, so they have one striker, so we're going to distribute to our center backs. Because their wingers will press our they only have one striker, so we'll have a free center back to distribute the ball to. If we distribute out to the fullbacks, they have two wingers, so each fullback can get harassed by their winger when they're pressing. So we want to distribute to the center backs. And probably go up the wings. It just depends on what wing we should go up. Okay, out of possession, they do a mid block, trigger press more often, and trap outside. They want to trap us outside. So if we go up the wings, we're kind of playing into their hands. So do we want to go through the middle? But there's a lot of congestion in the middle. I think they'd want to trap us inside with 3 midfielders. Formations faced. They concede a chance every 53 minutes. So maybe encourage them to cross the ball. 8 of the 17 assists allowed in the last 22 matches have come from crosses. Goals against. Defense, goalkeeper creativity, formations used. Best player form crossing, 9. A total of 24 assists last 20 matches have come from crosses. High level of pace. What's their Dan Burns playing for him? Interesting. When we are first evolved from attacking set pieces, it happens mostly in the far post area. Yeah, because I changed it to far post yesterday. Is he our, are we taking an ad break already? Okay, I'm gonna take a quick ad break. I'll get up and walk around a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Thanks for giving me a break. Appreciate it. Let's see. They pretty much score right across the gamut of the game. They're strong in the middle of the first half, the beginning and middle of the second half. They tend to give up more goals, score less. In the 31 to 30 to 45th minute. And in the 76 to 90th minute. Mm-hmm. Better than average in possession. Performing below an average level in tackling. better than average in scoring, in possession, defender's possession, goalkeeping, aerial, team defending. They're conceding 1.1 goals per game. And team defending, performing worse than average. Team analytics, passes. Let's see. Let's keep going. Colchester takeover rumors not to be believed. Yeah, more training. What was this about their a high level of pace? Finishing, long shots, passing, aerial reach, command of area, kicking. I wish they'd group them. Well, they kind of do, no? Maybe they group them by how bad they are, like these aren't as bad. But maybe it'd be nice to group them according to attack, defense. So we're going to go with set pieces. We're going to go to near post. Yeah, we'll go near post. Oh, so I got to fix this, right? Attacking far post, attack near post, mark keeper, outswinger. Attacking far post, attack near post, mark keeper. These are for far post ones. So then so then to change this, okay, this is far post. So let's change it to near post. Near post, lurk at far post, mark keeper. Okay, outswinger, the same thing. Near post, attack near post, attack near post, far post, mark keeper. Okay. Okay, near post. Okay, this is the one we want to use. This one we want to use now, okay? That's great. Opposition instructions, apply all advice. Luke. 6'4", jumping reach 12 to 14, aerial reach 14. Okay, Lee, 5'10", strength 10. Tackle you. Nathan, you are 6 foot. Jumping reach 15, heading 12. 6'1", jumping reach 14, heading 12. Ethan, 6'2", strength 10. Charlie, you are 5'11", strength. Isaac, 6 foot, strength 10. Michael, 5'11", strength 8. Kalen, 5'8", strength 7 to 9. James, 6 foot, strength 7 to 9. So the goalkeeper first touch is 9, his handling's 11. I think I might have to wait for some tactical advice from my coach, and just set us up the way we like to play. We'll go with a mid block. Let's see. So out of possession, what do we want to do? I think we need to work in the final third because we haven't scored any goals for the last few games. How many goals have we scored recently? One. No. In the last 5 games, we scored 1, 2, 3 games. We've scored less than a goal or less in the last 3 games. This is kind of an outlier. This is an outlier. Crawley was way down in the league when we beat him. So more information about Colchester takeover. Training, I think we got our training set up pretty much how we want to do it. Dashfield on target. I think Peter Anderson might be coming back. We might be recalling him. Jay, definitely not. Bobby Moore, Aled Robertson, Jamie Lee, Eric Brown. Better choice for captain, showing no improvement. Jamari Lindsay injured. 1 to 2 days, got it. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Exeter team selection advice. Low Everton, John Mendes. Why? Good fit to give him an opportunity to feature. Morale is high and he's in great spirits. Very familiar with the team's tactical approach. JJ. Of course. Very familiar with the team's tactical approach, right? Performed especially well in training lately as he is very happy with training and has a very professional attitude. Sure, we'll look at that. Burn confident in his team. Dan Byrne is what? He's the head coach at Tranmere. Okay. James Plant and Mendez were selected as the Sky Bet League Two Team of the Week. Last week we had 5 players selected for Team of the Week. Thought you were superb. Even though we lost. We drew one game, we lost to the other one. Your form's been good recently, even though we've lost. He's my starting attacking midfielder. Let's see if he's going to get upset with this. I won't hear about it till halftime of the game. I'm upset with my starting time, with my playing time. You changed it. Oh yeah, we want to look over here, right? Because we changed the team shape. He wants to play a winger. See, I don't like to start low Everton because he's my most versatile backup. He's my most versatile backup. So I like to bring him in off the bench. Tabor, Plant, low Everton. Pilling. See, I don't need 2 defensive backs. What I need is I need a central midfielder. What's Johnson's morale like? His morale's pretty good. What's his he's on medium match load. Golden's got to be on the bench because not only is he on a light match load, not only is he on a light match load, he wants to play inside forward over here. Fine, fine. Tabor, Plant, Low, Everton, Manser, Golden, Tripp, Clark, Nelson, Stickland. Nelson made a bunch of mistakes last time. He did not have a great game. Stickland, Lindsay is injured. Pilling's got to be on. He is my best deep lying playmaker. And see over here, we could play with a box-and-box midfielder, I guess. Then bring Pilling on to be deep lying playmaker. Okay, Tripp can play on the right. Golden can play either side. I'd like to be able to play with a partnership again. Okay, let's go with that. Fitness update. Wilson's out. Lindsay's out, I mean. And then we have a lot of match fatigue. None exhausted, 2 recurring injuries. 7 are at risk. Assessment seems being at high risk of injury. Few others have areas with 6% decrease in injury so far compared to what we would expect. Okay. First team squad in midfield. Well, this is acceptable to him then. Suitable team. He dropped that. That's good. Okay. He says he's acceptable on this one. So let's keep an eye on those. So we're playing at home. Tactical advice. Let's go through this, what he's saying here. We're favorites and should absolutely consider using a mid-block at least to try to assert ourselves on them and force them into the mistakes in possession they've shown time and again this season. Okay. Oh. Okay, he wants us to play with a high press. All right. They concede most chances down the left side. Allow us to open the pitch, cause the opposition problems down the flanks. Distribute the ball to the fullbacks. Well, see, I don't want to do that for the specific reason that I said. We should be taking short kicks. Yeah, I tell my goalkeeper to take short kicks all the time, and he winds up lumping it down the field. Cautious and defensive mentality. Regroup after possession has been lost. Michael Laffey. Michael's not a Laffey matter. So we're going to play with a high press, play down the left flank. We're going to distribute the ball to fullbacks. Keeper short and regroup after possession has been lost. Well, I don't know if I agree with all of that. Because I like to counter press. That's kind of what gegenpress is, right? He wants us to go down the left. And he wants us to distribute it to the fullbacks. Now I clicked on that, I think, but it didn't change it over here. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm really wary of this. I mean, I appreciate the tactical advice, but added team instruction for goalkeeper to distribute the ball to fullbacks. No, you didn't. You didn't. Because it still says here goalkeeper distribution to center backs. And the reason I don't want to do that distribution to the fullbacks is because over here in my opposition report, you're telling me that they, out of possession, play with 2 wingers. And the two wingers are going to harass my fullbacks. That's why I want to play it to the center backs, because there's only one striker to try to harass two center backs. Okay. Let's see. James, Herbie James. That's great. Watch his training report. He's made some improvements over the last 3 months. His mentoring unit's general characters had a positive effect. He's seen the benefits of individual training focus. He's earned match experience high level, progressing very well in training. He's performing well in training lately. He's potential 3 stars. He's working on heading, huh? Do we really need him to work on heading? Attacking movement. Yeah, that sounds good. Development advice. Too old for under 18s. We don't have an under 21s team. Do we have him listed for loan? Available for loan. Let's get him loaned out. Nope. Appearance money. Another 10 league appearances. What's the thing with this where you can mortgage these things, something like that? It's not giving me any options to do that, so I guess I can't do it on those. So I guess I can't do that, right? Oh, buy the clause, okay. Potential buyout fee of 33.5 for this clause. 40% of the next player's next transfer fee. Okay, so that's good to know. Oh, so there's a blue dot there. Okay, if we can do it. It's good to know about the sell-on fee. So before we sell him on or we allow him to go, we should negotiate a buyout fee. I guess. I don't know. Huh. That's kind of over my pay grade. John, we got John. We're going to put you on the transfer screen, right? Offer by transfer room. He's loan listed. Let's see how that works. If we can do something with that, get him out on loan. Fitness tests. Okay. Continue. View team selection. Who do we have on the bench? Okay, so if the game against Tranmere, we've got, that's right up here. Thompson's in goal. Maswi, Harbottle, Araboma, and Dixon are in the back. JJ and Manser in midfield. Young, Welch, and Jao Mendez backing up Hugel. On the bench, we've got Watts, Tabor, Plant, Low Everton. Pilling would be our midfielder. Golden and Tripp in defense to come on if we need them. See if there's any additional opposition instructions. Yes, there is. So let's go to the match. Teams are warming up. One change in their starting lineup. So we'll have to check that and see if there's any additional advice. Ignore the recent praise we've been getting. They want us to fail. Felt the pressure lifted. Good. It's us against the world, boys. I just watched the first episode of Mourinho. It's on Netflix. There's 3 episodes right now. So I'm a Chelsea fan, and I don't want to hear about all the. I mean, you're free to comment if you want, but you know all the stuff about Chelsea and the millionaire owners and all that stuff. Well, I did not pick Chelsea because they had a millionaire owner. I picked Chelsea back in 2010 after the World Cup because I started watching the World Cup, and I played soccer a little bit when I was a kid and loved it. Played hockey, which is similar to soccer or football, and so the Premier League was on Fox maybe at that time. I forget, but it was on American television. And so I had cable with a cable DVR or whatever, so I could record stuff. So if I was at work or whatever, I'd record the games I watch when I get home. It was like the first 2 or 3 weeks that I started watching the Premier League. Chelsea played. And somehow I got the Chelsea game. So it was like the first 2, 3, 4 weeks maybe. And so I started watching Chelsea. You know, you got Drogba, you got Lampard, Terry, Nick Anelka was playing for him then. Then you had Cole, Ashley Cole was playing in defense, wingback. So they were winning their games. I'm like, I like their style of play. I liked that they were winning games, and so I picked Chelsea. Just like this is the team I'm going to follow. And it wasn't until later. It probably wasn't until like 3, 4 months later that I found out they have a millionaire owner who's a Russian oligarch. Blah blah blah. He basically buys his way to championships. All this stuff, and I'm like, I didn't know any of that when I picked the team. I like the team because they played great football and they were fun to watch, and you know, like the players and all that stuff. That's why I picked them. So but yeah, so Mourinho back then was off and on as the coach, the manager, and I didn't know back in 2004, 2006, 2007, I wasn't following football, and so I didn't know that the whole story of how he came into Chelsea and Abramovich had taken over the team, and he picked Mourinho after Mourinho had won the Champions League with Porto, and they showed the whole interview, not the whole interview. They showed the interview where Mourinho said, you know, I'm a special one, and he did say I am a special one. He didn't say I am the special one. He said I'm a special one. He said, why am I a special one? Because I just won the Champions League. I'm European champion. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. It's on Netflix. There's 3 episodes up there right now. They're about an hour long. So I get to review some of the history of Chelsea and then the history of possibly their greatest manager, Chelsea's greatest manager of all time. Um, so all right, let's go ahead and dug out Torquay. Tranmere. Yeah. Oh, I didn't set my guys to mark. We're in 4th. They're like in 11th, I think. I like to keep my mouse down here as much as I can during the match. Keep it out of the way so people aren't going, where's the football? Oh, no, that's the mouse. Where's the football? Let's go into our tactics. Look at opposition instructions. Any new ones? Never trigger a press. Mark him tightly. Mark him tightly. And mark him tightly. Okay. So the top goal scorer is Charlie Whitaker. He's not even in the side. Kalen Vickers is he must be the playmaker. He's generating the assists. So let's get him marked, and then let's get Donnelly McNeely marked. It's 5'9", strength 14. I don't know if I want to mark him with a central defender, though. So let's get Vickers marked. At least for now, we'll get Vickers marked. JJ can mark him. Yeah, Kalen Vickers. And then Araboma, who are you marking? Anybody? You are marking. Okay, you're going to mark their center back. All right. Harbottle, you marking anybody? No, we'll just set you on standard. Oh, come on, game. I am not playing cautious. It's not our style. We're going to play positive. We're going to encourage. Oh, so that 14 seconds in. So the last few games, we are really struggling with getting shots at all. I mean, we're 11 minutes in, no shots. Let's go standard. Let's pick up the tempo. Play through the press. Let's go balanced on that one. Let's go out to the fullbacks like my assistant manager said. We're going to balance that. We're going to balance that. Balance that. We're going to let the players decide what's the best way to attack this team. What's the best way to attack this team? Nice yellow card. 11 minutes in. Charlie. Let's see if we can get. Oh, it's just going to shoot. And he scores. He scores. Oh, this is going to be a weird game. So, what's my team instruction for that? Yeah, discourage long shots. He didn't get that memo. And what is Welch's long shooting? Did it take a deflection? No, he just nailed it. What is his long shooting? His long shots are, he's a 7 in long shots. I got lucky. I guess what's the saying? I'd rather be lucky than good. Of course, what do? We just head it down to an opposition player. And we just head it down to an opposition player. We just head it out to an opposition player. That was interesting. I think that ball came off of Harbottle and then right to Thompson. That was a bad pass, Moswe. Gave it right to him. Corner to Tranmere. Looks like they're getting all of the highlights. Are we tackling Bristow? Because if we're not, we should be. Never trigger a press. Okay. See how these change all the time. But the thing is I don't see them down here in the tablet instructions. I don't see them down there. I don't see them showing up down here. Maybe I'm just not seeing it because I'm watching the game. Thompson smothers it. Players are happy. They got happy, smiley faces. For Thompson, I think Thompson might have been embarrassed by giving up that shot. O'Connor, give me yellow card, ref. I don't want to hear about. I had a hangnail and it was bothering me, and so I accidentally tripped that player because I was looking at my hangnail. We need to improve our fortunes in front of goal. I agree. Do it. What? Do it. What? Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is my dugout, my tablet, basically, which is worthless. Pretty much worthless. Again, just like the last couple of games where we struggled scoring goals, 61% possession. Two long shots. We looked at it already. It says discourage long shots. You can't. You can't stop them from shooting long. Got 20. We've got 50% more ball share than they do. Okay, the opposition passing per defensive action, they're allowing us 55 passes before they make a defensive action. That's probably why we have 60% ball share. We're allowing them 14, 15. But we're not shooting. You need to shoot in order to score. Counterattack, narrow ball in play. Play for set pieces, maybe? Balanced. Maybe that's how we're going to win this game, is through set pieces. I don't know. We just had a corner right there. Bristow. We just lump it out. You can see that. It's a corner. Now, if they score here and we encourage them, I wonder if that'll be a bad thing. Thompson comes down and grabs it. Good. Oh, don't. See, that's why I. Dribbling 9. Maswi. Dribbling 8. 12. 12. So we're gonna put our wing backs on dribbling. Teach them how to dribble. That's why I put my team instruction usually on discourage dribbling, because it's our wing backs that like to dribble. Or you know what? I think what I'm going to do is this. I'll go balanced, but I will just tell my wing backs dribble less. Standard. Because he's not a good dribbler. He's only dribbling 9. Dribbling standard. Okay. You got 9 flair. You got 9 passing. Take fewer risks. We're going to do standard on you as far as your passing goes. Menzie, you are 7 finishing and 7 long shots, so we're going to have you shoot less. Dixon, as far as your dribbling goes, you're dribbling 9, so we're going to have you dribble standard. Your passing is 7, 11, and 6. So what you're shooting at also? Finishing 4, long shot 6, shoot less. Yeah, just pass. Just pass the ball to somebody who can dribble or somebody who can shoot. Nice. There it is. There it is. You got Young coming in. And that is going to go out for a corner. But no corner. We need to improve our fortunes in front of goal. I agree. We're up to 4 shots. He finds Vickers in a good position. But Dixon gets the ball. Young has it over to Mendez. Mendez gets tripped up. Calm down, Bristow. There it is. Oh, just over. Hit it down, Harbottle. Down. Okay, let's get our press going. Okay. Like we're kind of working ourselves into the game, looks like. Maybe not so much. Maybe I spoke too soon. Boma, he just lumps it out. Give it back to the goalkeeper. He's right there. Just let him handle it. JJ loses it out to Gray. Gray gets it up to McNeely. McNeely's going to cross it here, gets it into Bristow, and that goes over to Mendez, gets the ball. Mendes wants to bring it out. Gives it to Welch. Welch brings it up. Back to Manser. Manser over to Dixon. Dixon brings it up. Looks for a cross in. It's not there. Manser gives it to Hugo. Hugo back to, that was Mosby, I'm sorry. And that's a penalty, ref. Ben Welch, going to be his second goal of the game. It is. That is his second goal of the game. Finn Welch, you're going to get a hat trick today, Finn? That would be wonderful. What's up, Alex? That would be wonderful. All right, so we're up 2-1 with 15 or 10 minutes to go before halftime. Boma just kicks the ball. He's trying to get it out there for a throw-in. Make them reset. A lot of ping-ponging now in FM. Okay, Welch grabs it, brings it up. Looking for Young. Gives it over to Mendes in the corner, up to Dixon. Dixon just has the ball taken away from him. Like he's a like a politician taking a lollipop away from a little kid. Let's go with praise. Let's see what happens if we praise the players with a 1-goal lead. I don't know, Alex. Good. Yeah, Alex, you didn't happen to watch my VOD yesterday, maybe on YouTube or on Twitch? Because I got to a point, I think it was an hour and maybe an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, and maybe it was 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that the game just glitched and just kept repeating the same replay over and over and over. We were losing 4-2. So to get out of the glitch, I just instead of ending the game, going into Steam and just saying close the game out, I just did an instant result. We actually drew the game 4-4, which is, I would take the point because we were down 4-2. But yeah, it was just weird where it just kept cycling through this same replay. Like it had already done it 3 times, I think. And after the third time, I'm just going to instant result it. I have no idea what's going on. But I know I've seen that before with other players where the game will just cycle through a replay. So Welch is on 8.2. Oh, look at all this smiley, happy faces down here. 6.7, 8.2. I think they start at a 6.5, right? Don't they start at a 6.5 at the beginning of the game? Yeah, it was really weird. I'm watching it, and I'm like, because it was kind of a long replay too, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, it was funny because the first time I saw the game, it was actually the game footage, the game being played. There was a point where a clearance came out, and I think it was Tabor. The ball, he could have jumped and headed the ball. It just, like I said, I think at the time I said, it just kind of it looked like it almost brushed the top of his hair as it was coming over his head. He could have jumped and headed away, but the defender got it. And so I don't know, maybe 30 seconds later, there's more, footage of the game. And then 30 seconds later, the same thing happened, but I didn't recognize it right away. So I'm like, oh, that looked like just that same play. It looked like the header came out from their defense, just went right over Tabor's head, and he could have jumped and headed away. So I watched more of it, and then I noticed that there was a play where they were on the attack, and one of their players chested the ball, but it went out for a goal kick. So I saw that a second time, and then I saw the the one from Tabor like a third time, and I'm like, this is weird. And then I purposefully watched it cycle through like once or twice more, and I'm like, yeah, this is not this is not so Swin is beating Stevenage. I said this is just gonna continue cycling through. Um it's glitched. So let's see. Yeah, thanks for coming in anyway, Alex. How's it going? Yeah, the ball just pinging around. Harbottle gets it too. Who? Nobody. Watch him, Moswy. Hit the post on a deflection. That went out for a goal kick. So they're saying that we moved up to first. We were in third. So we are pinning them back. Latest scores. Barrows losing to AFC Wimbledon. That's why. So we are up to first again. Barrows dropping. Interesting. Mansfield drawing with Bromley. So up to 7 shots. 3 on target. That's good. 3 minutes of extra time. Mosby's got the ball. This looks like it's not going to be could be a goal highlight. And gets it over to JJ. JJ is going to bring it back into the middle. Mosby again. Mendez gets it to Araboma. And he heads it out for a throw in. But we don't get to see that. But they do. And that should do it, yeah, for halftime. Okay, so we have 8 shots, 3 long. Even though I have it set for discouraged long shots. Okay, clear-cut chances, corners, headers 1. Tackles 1, fouls, yellow cards, reds, possession. Yeah, we're dominating possession. We're on a 57% possession. What's our ball share? 58. So that's pretty accurate number for possession. Non-penalty XG, we're at a 0.47. They're actually better than us on the non-penalty XG. Passes completed. Final third passes. Almost doubled them up. Okay, ball share. They're still allowing us a lot of passes before they take a defensive action. Okay. I don't want to see a hint of complacency in your performance. Okay. Great. This is what my assistant said I should tell them. Let's see. Seem confused. Oh man, these guys are all messed up now. They're all messed up. These are confident, pleased, confident, delighted. They're all like, what happened, coach? What just happened in the locker room? What happened? You don't have faith in us anymore? Okay, I need to check. Going hard but fair on Bristow. Hard but fair on Laffey. Going strong. So McDonald McNeely, we're going to tackle him normal. They're saying going strong. I'm just going, I don't tackle strong. Hard but fair on Laffey. We tackle him normal. Bristow, we tackle him normal. Okay. Is Charlie Whitaker on the bench? He is. Vickers, we're still marking him. Barry. Which Barry? Well, this is Mr. James Barry. Take off Mendez, yeah. I like to wait until about 65th minute to take players off. I like to let them at least try to get into the game. Okay, there's a corner. You know, it was weird too. This reminds me, just seeing that right there. This is what did it for me, was I was making substitutions in that game where I told you that the replay just looped. I was making substitutions. I had substitutions set up, and that replay was replaying. But what was happening was there was a break in play for a goal kick, but the substitutions didn't go on. It was really, really weird what happened. And then it grayed out this box where my squad is displayed, and it said can't make any changes until next tactical change or whatever. It was grayed out. I couldn't do anything with it. Never seen that before. So yeah, it was just weird. See if I can praise these guys again, get them happy again. I am happy with you guys. I think you're doing great. They're what? Complacent. Great. There should be a way to just click on this and say no. No. Stop telling me this. I'm not going to take your advice. So again, we're in a situation now where I just came in here to look at this. I came in to look to see if there was any more advice from my assistant. There's no close the window button up here like there is on the tactics screen. You have to click on cancel, or you have to make a change. Now see, if I were to make a change and click, this guy's on the bench, but I could still click weaker foot. Now the confirm change comes up. But otherwise, you have to click on cancel. So for me, what I would like is when you click on tactics, if you don't make any changes, there's an X up here that you can click to just close the window. Put that same thing into the opposition instructions, where if you don't want to make any changes, you don't click cancel, you click the X up here and it just closes the window. Because why? I missed that ad break. I'm going to get up and walk around a little bit. Because why? Because you want things standardized in your program. You don't want to have to click up here to close a window and then click down here to close a window. You want I'm closing the window up here. I'm closing the window up here. It's just common sense. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick break. Be right back. Thanks for watching, Alex. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for giving me a break. I appreciate it. Go back into the game. Okay, let's see. Harbottle gets it in to who? No, he just throws it up there to Young. I think we're going to go back to. I mean, I did this earlier to try to generate some. We're going to go back to shorter passing game. Leave the higher tempo on, but we'll leave the rest of this stuff balanced so they can kind of decide how they want to progress the ball up the pitch, but just a shorter passing game. Okay, Jordy Wollstonecraft has come off or come on. Jordy. Going hard on Ethan Bristow, going hard. No. Who's Jordy? Jordy is. He is 8 passing, 11 technique. He's got a little bit of flair. He's determined. So that other guy that he came off for, Charlie Gray, he's like a deep flank playmaker. Okay. But Vickers is the one that we were paying attention to. So Jordy, we're going to put you on your weaker foot. You are 5'10" with not much strength, so we're going to tackle you normally. We'll confirm those changes. We are getting into their half of the pitch more than they're getting into our half of the pitch, whatever. Yes, we're getting into their half of the pitch more than they're getting into our half of the pitch, it seems. Okay, over in the corners. He offside, Dixon? Oh, hit the crossbar. That was terrible. That was terrible. JJ and Manser play around with the ball. That was blocked off of O'Connor. Okay. John Mendez gets the ball in. Well, just got the ball again. There's another corner. I thought I had our thing set up to in swinger. I want in swinger. Let's praise him again. Young's happy. He's back to being happy. Okay, we're on 68 minutes. So let's change the team shape a little bit. Yeah, we're going to take Mendez off. Put Plant on. He likes to play as a winger. Young's okay. Welch is having the best game. I think we're going to bring it's funny because if we put him up here as a midfield playmaker, his passing, his decisions, his technique are the worst part of his game. I think we're going to take him off, even though he's having a pretty good game. We're going to bring Pilling on because Pilling is the better deep lying playmaker. Let's see who's tiring. So see here, I thought that these would not show up here until these players actually came off. Like I'm subbing in Plant for Mendez. I thought Mendez' name would stay up here until he got subbed off, and then Plant's name would show up here. Because this is kind of what confused me yesterday when I was having that issue with that. When I was having that issue with the replay just looping. Mincy have made some very interesting moves. It's going to be interesting to see how Maresca does this year. Because he's got probably the biggest shoes to fill since Sir Alex retired. You know, he's got the biggest shoes to fill. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do, especially if Rodri leaves. I heard Rodri wants to go to Barcelona now. I mean, they still have Holland, you know, and they seem to do okay, even though they lost Kevin De Bruyne a few years ago. They seem to do okay without Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. Okay. Welch gets it up to Hugel. Hugel runs it up and gets tripped. Michael Laffey is booked. This be Finn Welsh. Okay, so now Plant and Pilling are on. All right. And he's tripped. Come on, ref. Okay, that's a corner. Isaac and Charlie come on. Okay, Isaac and Charlie. Isaac is he comes on for who? He's 6'1", 11 strength. Come on to his weaker foot. Charlie is striker. He's their top goal scorer, right? Channel midfielder. We're going to tackle him. Yeah, he's their top goal scorer. So Vickers is still on. So Vickers is still their playmaker. He's the one I still want to. He is their top goal scorer. So who do I want to mark him? You're at Boma. You were marking McNeely. Did he come off? Now see, it just messed up the whole thing. So Donald McNeely is still on, right? Let's just wait and see how that plays out. Okay. Tranmere preparing changes, so we'll take a look at this corner flag here for a while. Just to get the ball over to Plant. Plant brings it in, runs past his man, and stops. And he gets a corner out of it. Dixon takes the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. I'd like to do in-swingers, but I guess we don't have that set up that way. And that goes off the corner. No, it looks like it was a save for another corner. Dixon with the outswinger. Can't get it past the first man. Plant runs it out. Gets it back to Dixon. Okay, JJ's going to shoot. No, Pilling gets it over to Dixon again. Dixon runs past his man, gets it into the middle. Pilling gets it in, and that's going to be another corner. Dixon again for the corner. Can you get it up in the air, Dixon? Get it up. There. Maswi. recovers the ball, gets it over to Harbottle. Harbottle up to JJ. JJ to Pilling. Pilling over to Young. Young to Maswi. And he gets tripped. Let's see. How many fouls now? 8. They do have 2 yellows. Take a shot. Take the shot. He catches it. Thompson catches it. Okay, who do we need to bring on? Who's tired? JJ's tired. We bring Manser on. Yeah. Oh, we already took Manser off. Can't do that. Bottle can play up there. Araboma, you can play over here. Trip, you can play here. Overconfident after the feedback. Complacent after the feedback. Okay. Look at the 75th minute. Let's try to bring Tabor on for Hugel. Hugel's not having a great game. Thompson's not having a great game either, it says. Young, probably tired. Harbottle. Maswi, overconfident. Complacent. Let's just keep one in the bank. Who was that? Low crosses. Okay, let's do that. I can agree with that. Despite our woes in front of goal, we are somehow leading. Well, that's a good. Make a change. Yeah, we already did that. Despite our woes in front of goal. Let's see if Tabor can score. We need to change our set pieces again. I don't want outswingers. I want in-swingers. I want the ball moving towards the goal. Post and eyes trip. There it is. There it is. Oh, Tabor. Tabor's trying to dribble the ball in the middle of the box with like 3 players around him. What was that? Gosh. Yeah, Young's got to come off. He's tired. Let's bring Low Everton on for Young. He wants to be a playmaking winger. That's fine with me. So, Low Everton. I think I had him in this save, and I think I might have had him in a save in 24. So low Everton's been basically my go-to like game changer towards the end of the game. And so the other day I brought him on. I said he's my go-to game changer, and he scored. I'm like, there you go. That's why I bring on low Everton. Whenever I say to him, he's always inspired. Let's change the tactics now. Let's go to a trigger the press more often. Let's go to regroup. Let's go to lower tempo, more time wasting. We can do a balanced attacking transition. Keep the ball in play, balanced. Let's go to more disciplined. Pass the feet. Okay, well, let's go back here and then distribute slowly. Slow the pace down. Yeah, I just did that. Waste much more time. I just did that. Thank you. Okay, they're happy now. Let's also go to a balanced. Declan, you headed it right to Bristow. Come on, man. I'm glad you're only in here on loan. Okay, Rogers and Swan. Rogers and Swan are coming on. It's time to make a change. Trigger a press. Will Swan. He is a channel forward. He is what? 5'11", not real strong. Weaker foot. Who's the other one? Swan. Somebody in Swan are coming on. They could do better. I'm telling you, they could do better with the way they show these substitutions, in my opinion. Who came on? Jasper Moon. Jasper Moon. Who we want? We want to have Araboma, Mark Moon, or Mark Swan. But you can't, because Swan won't show up here. This is another thing they need to change. Like when substitutes come on, you need to change your list. You need to repopulate your list with the substitute. Take out who came off, and put in who came on. So now I've got a marked position, which is going to be channel midfielder. We don't even have that in here. Okay, striker, center, go. My guys are pretty happy. Although they might be a little tired. He is wasting time. That's good. Gives it there. Boma, a short kick to a defensive back, which is what we've wanted all along. Oh, Everton, what a pass by Tabor. And that's going to be a corner. Do we get a... Do we get a highlight? We do from Moswy. It's going to be an outswinger. He's wasting time. Take a yellow card. And that is in for who? Harbottle. I think Harbottle might have hit the crossbar earlier. Where is he in all this melee? Plant was marking the goalkeeper. Okay, so let's make sure that we got all of our tactics set for endgame. Shorter passing, lower tempo, more time wasting. Tracks, we can keep it at standard attacking transition. More disciplined. Let them decide how to do the build-up strategy. Pass the feet. Work the ball in the box. Discourage little crosses. Slow the pace down. Let's just leave the high press on since we seem to be doing okay with that. Thompson's going to waste some time here. These guys look. Let's see. May I have a sandwich? He just lumps it. Hit the crossbar. Lower Everton runs it up. What you going to create, Sonny? Create anything? Control the match, passing well, getting our shots on target. Introduce Tyler Golden. I'm all out of substitutes. My assistant. This is my assistant. Maybe we should bring Tyler Golden on. We're out of substitutes. Oh, okay. Let me get back to my solitaire game on the tablet. We've been starting games off really slow, and I don't know why. What time's it? 6:30. Okay, good XG, clear-cut chances, corners, headers, 1, tackles, 1. Okay, they got 3 yellow cards, good for them. Distance covered. Okay, we had 21 shots, 8 of them were long. Can't stop them from shooting long. At least I can't in my games, because they won't. Shots blocked, passes completed, final third passes. We doubled them up on final third passes. Progressive passes, we did about almost 50% more in progressive passes. Ball share versus possession, yeah, it's about equal. And it was a good game. Vickers was on a bad game, and we had Vickers marked. I think JJ was marking him. But JJ did a really good job on that. Welch had a really good game. Not Manser. JJ. Should I even say anything to him? I don't think so. Too risky. Yeah, Maresca, I don't know. I mean, time will tell, but he doesn't, if he loses Rodri, I mean, I don't know who he's going to have in midfield that's going to be as good as Rodri. Burns said, the game's over. I don't really want to discuss it any further. Display of attacking football saw Finn Welch pick up the Player of the Match award during Torquay's 3-1 Sky Bet League 2 victory over Tranmere. Welch made 44 starting appearances last season, scoring 19 goals. Now, it's interesting that Welch had a good game against a top team, a team in the top half of the table. Hugel did not. So we are where we are here. So we're going to do recovery and match review, and then we're going to rest. So Thursday we have to rest. Why did you do that? I didn't mean to click on that. So I got to start over again. Tabor was a substitute. Plant was a substitute. Pilling and Trip. We're going to rest them for a day. Player of the week, Edwards pleased to go top. We conceded none of the six shots attempted from outside the penalty area. We've turned 66 entries into the final third into 12 shots on goal. We've scored from one of the 7 shots attempted from outside the penalty area. We regained possession well in central areas of our own third of the pitch, getting a good number of touches of the ball in the opposition's penalty area. Havant is 21st. So I might be able to do a little bit of rotation. Yeah, I think we're gonna get Tabor play. Young is on medium. Welch, we could always let Low Everton come in. But Welch can only play, he can play on the left also. I want Pilling in. What is the next game? Oh, it's the FA Cup. Okay. So let's have Watts go in. And we'll have Thompson on the bench. We get a couple of extra subs. Golden Trip. So we've got Welch, Plant. We need one more forward. Low Everton is now on heavy. Welch is on medium. Plant is on light, actually. So I have Plant over here. He likes to play as a winger. Now I'll have Mendez on the bench. So we got my 3 forwards on the bench. Midfield, Manser. How about another midfielder? Johnson, you can play. Araboma, you are on medium. Harbottle, you're on heavy. So, Harbottle, you can come onto the bench. Johnson, you can come in at center back. So, what am I, what's the promises like? Okay. He dropped his concerns. These both succeeded. Acceptable and succeeded. And it looks like Araboma is acceptable, but let's play him again in this next match. So who do we want? Clark, Nelson. Okay, Golden can come in for Nelson or Mosley. So can Tripp. Stickland, Ice Cream. Should we bring on another midfielder? Mendez is the only one who's tired. Clark. Mendez can play anywhere across the front, as can Low Everton. So Manser, Golden, O'Connell. I think that's it right there. Dixon's medium. Ice Cream is medium. Stickland is light. Johnson is... Yeah, let Johnson play. Let's go with this. Opposition report. Training. You want us to go into a low block? Do a high press. Counter press. Lower tempo. Standard counter attack. Play through, past the feet. Let's give our guys a chance to decide what the best situation is, how to get through their defense. Distribute quickly. I'm going to go with balanced Center backs. So let's see, opposition report. Their formation is going to be distribute to, so we're going to distribute to fullbacks. What time is it? 14 minutes. Let's see if we can get through this game real quick and blow my nose real quick. Let's see if we can get through this game real quick so I can get my daughter up. Team selection. Mike Edwards has confidence in Dixon. Okay. Vic Green, De La Roca. So if we're going to play Green, he's got to come up to the first team. Okay, so I thought I just selected. Yeah, I just selected. So now what do I have to do? I have to go forward? Araboma happy. The promise was kept. His happiness is perfect. We should play with a balanced mentality. That's fine with me. We have the speed advantage. We should run at them. So we're going to run at the defense with the ball more. What tactic is that actually? Is that just make forward runs? Kick the ball long. Opposition force high turnovers. Good record with set pieces. And we're going to go up the left side. So let's go into opposition instructions, apply all of those, all 5 of them. Everybody's got a weaker foot. So let's just show everybody to their weaker foot. One, two, three, four, 5. We are going to tackle some people. We're going to tackle Mooney. Otis. I can probably tackle you even because you're not very strong, even though you're big. Matt Burgess. 5'4" strength. Pretty strong, but you're not very tall. Lewis Brown, 5'10", not very strong. Armani, 5'9", not strong. Harvey Laidlaw, 5'6". Jacob, 5'9". Okay. Brendan, you are 6'2" with 12 jumping reach, 10 heading. 6'2" with 15 jumping reach, and 10 heading. And Dom, you are 6'1". Eccentricity, not very high. First touch, we don't have that. Not good on one-on-ones. Not great on punching it out. So yeah, we will always trigger a press on you. Here we go. Here's the team. So who do we want on the bench? I guess we don't want, who we don't want is Thompson on the bench. We want Casagrande. We want Hugo can come up here. Maybe even, we definitely want Welch on the bench. We want Manser on the bench. Or JJ. Let's put JJ on the bench. I don't want to play Trip there. Because that's really not what we do. We don't play a box-to-box midfielder. We play a deep line playmaker, which Harbottle really can't do either. Filling's on medium. I thought he was injured. He's not fit. Okay, Hugo Welch. Who are we going to bring on to play across the middle? Mendez. Stickland. We want Pilling. If we need a game changer, I guess O'Connell could be in the midfield. Rest JJ. Stickland, you could come in for we don't have a O'Connell and Manser, but we don't have a all right. Hugo Welch, John Mendez, Pilling in midfield. We actually have Young in here too, in case. O'Connell in midfield, Pilling and O'Connell in midfield, Golden across the back, Stickland and Green, or Stickland as a defender. What's Green? He's defender on the left. So Harbottle, you're not going to play. Can you play a defensive midfielder? I don't think I want you playing as a defensive midfielder. Bring O'Connell on. Yeah, we want you being a deep line playmaker, Pilling. We don't need Young. Need another defensive. Okay, there's another midfielder here. That's Harbottle. Manser, we can bring you in. You're on medium. Okay, Hugo, Welch, Mendez. We don't need Young. JJ, Manser, Tripp, Golden. Tripp could play right back. Golden could play left back. He can play either side. Sticklin is limited to being able to play only. Yeah, we'll play ice cream. So Lindsay, no. Brooking, no. Thompson, no. Young, no. Harbottle, Dixon, Green. Okay. Hopefully Nelson doesn't make a lot of mistakes. That's all I got to say. Where's Tabor? Oh, he's out here, right? Hmm. We'll see. Training review. Oh, look at that. Look at all my good trainers. Andy, you've done really well. Keep up the good work. Araboma. Good job. Hugo. Back to training well again. That's good, Joe. Finn. Tricks to World. Thanks for coming to the channel. 6:48. When was that? About 7 minutes ago. Sorry I missed you. I'm just focused on this because I'm trying to get done with this game so I can go up and get my daughter out of bed. She struggled a little bit yesterday when I went upstairs. She's got to be getting up at 6:15 starting on Tuesday. It's back to school. So we've allowed her to stay up late this summer because she's kind of wanted to. Stay up late and watch a little bit of a movie or something. She's been staying up probably average of like 9 o'clock. She's 7 years old. She still gets a good night's sleep. But yeah, we've been letting her stay up. Thanks. It's good. You've been working hard, Max. You've been working hard too. So I'm gonna Jake, you need to work harder. Win-win. After putting the hours in training on the field, Max Thompson now comfortable using either foot instead of avoiding the use of his weaker one. Great. It's awesome. Scott are set for Chasetown. Okay. Mbappe claims world golden ball. Okay, so for our match against Havant and W in the FA Cup, we've got Watson goal, Mosby, Johnson, Araboma, and Nelson across the back, O'Connell and Pilling. I'm just going to play through the ad break. O'Connell and Pilling in defensive midfield, Tabor, Low Everton, and Plant across the front, backing up Clark, who is our channel forward. And Low Everton does like playing as an attacking midfielder. Inside forward winger. Okay. Go to the match. Oh, and on the bench we have Casagrande, Hugo, Welch, João Mendes, JJ and Manser, Golden, Trip, and Ice Cream. I know not everybody can be match fit. Okay, triggering press when the ball is played to Jacob Pennington should improve our chances in this match. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is the FA Cup. Didn't show the players coming out of the tunnel. Interesting. Okay, let's go to tactics. Look at their tactics. Mark Matt Burgess. Okay. Patrick Casey is their center forward. We're going to mark him. And then who's their attacking playmaker? Josh Kelly's got the most goals. He's not on the pitch right now. Is he injured? He must be injured. Or they're just resting him. Josh Kelly has the most assists. But who's their midfield playmaker? He is 11 passing with 8 flair and 8 decisions. Burgess is 11 passing with 9 flair and 10 decisions. So I'd say maybe he's the playmaker. He's only got 1 assist. Brown has he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. I think we're going to mark Lewis Brown. So we got to go into O'Connell. You are defensive midfielder. Yeah, so we're going to have you mark Brown. They say Mark Burgess, so I'll have you mark Burgess. Iraboma, you are going to mark the center forward, okay. Okay. Always press Jacob Pennington. Did we already do that? Jacob Pennington. Always press. We did. Did this already go through? I hope so, because this is what I'm talking about here. Just have an X up here to close this window out. I don't make any changes. Just close out the window. Let's see how we start out with see how we start out with our shots. See if we can get some shots on goal early. Tabor moves inside past his man, gets it in, crosses it over to Plant, ping-ponging around. O'Connell gets it to Clark. Clark up to Tabor. That was a good idea. We got one shot. They got one on target. We are pressing, right? High press, much more. Counter press when we lose the ball. Shorter passing game. We're being told to bypass the press. How about if we play through the press? Or make it balanced. We're going to put this on balanced also. We want to distribute too. Remember what we were looking at? Oh, let's go back to, let's just confirm these changes. Let's see what they're. Out of possession, they are, yeah, we want to distribute to the fullbacks and go up the flanks, right? We want to distribute to the fullbacks. Okay, that's a corner. Oh, I didn't change the set pieces. I didn't change the, see if we can change it now. We want that to be an in-swinger. It's not going to let me do it now, I guess, because we're in the match. But yeah, I want it to be an in-swinger. Doesn't matter what side. Let's see what happens. Gotta remember to do that, though. And of course, we just lump it out. Kicked it out, okay. Just lump it up, gets it down to Nelson. Nelson over to Pilling. Pilling to Mosby, switching it up. Johnson gives it to Pilling. Pilling to O'Connor. Back over to Mosby. Driving in. Tabor's got it. And he just bounces off his foot. But Araboma runs up and grabs it. Ooh. Plant, I've seen him score those goals before. Right in the far corner. Let's see what we can get going here. Close. Got 5 shots, 1 on target. Get him encouraged. the ball out to Mosby, up the flank. Tabor gives it to O'Connell. O'Connell lumps it up to who? Clark? He was looking for? Little brings it up the left flank, gets it over to Brown. Brown kicks it right to Watts. Probably should have set my penalty takers, which I don't know if I've done that before up till now. Okay, penalty, Low Everton. Mosby, Golden, Hugel if you're on the pitch, Plant if you're on the pitch. These guys have great composure. They're lousy at penalty kicks. Confirm changes. Okay. Okay, Clark gets it over on the wing, gives it back to Mosby. Mosby sits on the ball a little bit, just makes a decision on where to pass it. O'Connell gets it over to Nelson. Nelson up to Plant. Back to Pilling. Nelson dribbling it around. Looks like he might lose it here. Who's in? That's Clark. Nice header from Clark to go up 1-0. Let's praise that. Just right over Wilson. Brooks. Or past Brooks. Let's see if there's any further opposition instructions. Never trigger a press when the ball's played to Harvey Laidlaw. Okay, we're 6-2 on 6 shots, 2 on target. Okay, we're chasing down Pennington. Wilson to Pennington. We're pressing. We've got a lot of guys coming up front quickly. And then that's a corner from Watts. I think it's interesting because pretty sure the tactic that our coach told us was to go up the left side. But if you look at the pass map, we're not going up the left side, we're going up the right side. I don't know. Rare passes here. Fairly frequent over here on the right side. And very frequent passes between Nelson and Plant. It says here, very frequent. Overall pass success, 95. 86. Mosby, 94. Does it show you, though? It just shows you that rare. They're not getting a lot of passes completed over here. Okie dokie. Score, we did good control of the match, keep possession of the ball and passing well, but too many of our shots are off target. I agree. Why might that be? Well, it might be because we're taking 3 long shots. And I'm discouraging long shots, but we still take 3 of them. Half of our shots have been long shots. Not going to score those. That's why we discourage it. But the players don't discourage it. The players relish the long shot. I mean, it might, since they're coming up the left side, we're coming up the right side, it might behoove us to try coming up the left side, which is what our tactic is supposed to be. Our tactic is supposed to be come up the left side. Let's do a shout. Can we do a praise shout? One goal up. The guys didn't buy the praise. Low Everton. Let's see. Right here, Sonny. Ooh, hit the crossbar, the meeting of the crossbar on the upright. And then Maswi gets tripped. Ref, that should be a penalty. He got tripped in the box. Oh, let's see. Same number of shots on target. Their XG's better than ours. Corners, headers, 1. We should not be playing for set pieces. They're winning more headers. Possession, distance covered. What's our possession? 48 or 52? And ball share is 55. So yeah, we do have possession. They're allowing us about 21 passes per defensive action on their part. Yeah. Let's keep it going, I guess. Let's go maybe to instructions. Go to a higher tempo and see if we can still maintain that level of possession. Maybe catch them out a little bit and by increasing our tempo. Okay, 52-48. Low crosses, okay, I'll do that. See, I don't know why we're not going up the left-hand side when our tactic specifically says go up the left-hand side. I mean, just lump it out. Can't find a pass, I guess. Ooh. More disciplined. Pass to feet. Yeah, we're supposed to be going up the left-hand side. We're not. We're not progressing through the left-hand side. I'm gonna let the players decide. I don't think we should be keeping the ball in play. Can we praise the guys? Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're trying to progress up the right-hand side. And we're not being very successful. I got the same message the last couple of games. It'd be beneficial to play Sonny Loverton in a more familiar position to give him a chance to playing better than this. The thing is that I always play him when he comes out. Well, a certain percentage of the time, a high percentage of the time, I play him as an attacking midfielder when I have to take Welch off because he's tired. So he knows the role. He's a natural in the role. But yeah, just for whatever reason, he's just not playing well. Let's make some changes. Plant is really tired. So John Mendes can come on over here. Pilling's really tired. So Manser can come on over here. So let's go with Clark's having a good game. Tabor's not having a great game. Could move Low Everton out here and bring Welch in. So we want Tabor to press more. Tabor's coming off, so he will not need to press anymore. I don't want to play for set pieces. Come on, guys. Try to score another goal. All right, so let's see what changes they made because we haven't checked that yet. Never trigger a press when the ball is played to Brendan Wilson. Okay. Weaker foot. Weaker foot. Weaker foot. Weaker foot. They're changing out both of their wing backs. Max is a what? He's got to be a defensive midfielder. He's got low decisions, low determination, low flair, low technique. He's got to be a defensive midfielder. Steven, you are 12 passing, 5 flair. You're probably not. You're probably the defensive midfielder then. So who came off? Burgess. Who was marking Burgess? Have either of you guys marking somebody specifically? Stephen Turner. Is he still on the pitch? Is the question. Let's just go. Let's see if we can get a goal here. Got a corner. Nothing comes of it. Frustrated by the feedback. Oh, dear. Maswi's tired. Golden, you can come on for Maswi. 78 minutes. I think we're going to go to waste more time. Lower the tempo. Lower the pace on this. More disciplined past the feet. Shorter passing game. Keeps the ball in play. All right, now let's go for the Clark is tired. Let's bring Hugel on. Clark. Nelson's really tired. Hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes. Shorter passing, lower tempo, waste time more often. Build up strategy, short goalkeeper kicks. Let's do standard or mixed. Let's let him kick it where he feels like he can kick it successfully. Balanced. Past the feet. Okay, low crosses, slow down the pace. Let's do a mid block. Let's keep the high press going. It's working. Trigger press more often. Let's go ahead and regroup and hold shape. How much time's left? 4 minutes. Okay, Watts takes it. And lumps it out. I could see a goal here because the game wants us to have a penalty shootout. For whatever reason, storytelling, stuff like that. Casey had a bad game in goal for them. I wonder why it was. We only scored 1 goal. I wonder why. Oh, Casey, he's the striker. He had a bad game striking. Couldn't score. Okay, 15 shots. How many were long? 6. Almost half. That's not good. Target. We had a good game. We weren't at our best, but we got the result. So that's going to do it for me for today. We rose off to see Andy Clark got the goal. This is great for his confidence. Vic does well in the under-18s victory. We received $57,000 for winning against Havant and W in the English FA Cup first round. Nice. Paco Craig, he's not pleased. Nelson performance pleases Edwards. Yeah, he was okay. How good was Diogo Nelson today? He lifted the rest of the team. It was a brilliant performance. Really, that would be his first brilliant performance of the year. That's why we don't play him very much. Where are we as far as we're on Saturday? The game was today. We got a recovery day, and then we've got 2 days of rest. So let's get that set up. So we're going to move to Sunday. New gate receipts record. Wow. So we're on Sunday, and we want to rest. O'Connell played, Pilling played, Golden played. Lindsay did not play. Hugo played a little bit. Let's see. Finn Welch played. Mendez played a little bit. I don't think I need to rest these guys because they are 2 days. Okay, we impressively restricted the opposition to no goals at all from 15 touches in our penalty area. Conceded none of the 8 shots attempted from outside. Conceded none of the 5s attempted from inside. We've disappointingly converted just 1 of our 30 touches into a goal in the opposition penalty area. We've regained possession well in central areas of our own third of the pitch. So we are playing Barrow next. That is going to be a tough game. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pick our got some still heavy matches in there. So where are we now in the league? We are still in first by 2 points over Mansfield. Barrow's dropped down, but there's 3 teams tied. Mansfield has a game in hand. There are 3 teams tied for second. So we do have the best goal differential in the league, which is good. So again, as per usual, we've drawn against Bromley, who's in 15th, Chesterfield, who's in 6th, and Oldham, who's in 16th. So 2 of the 3 teams that we've drawn against are in the bottom half of the table. We've lost to Crewe. They're in 13th. Mansfield, they're in 2nd. Colchester, who's in 20th. So again, about 2 of the 3 teams that we've lost to are pretty much in the bottom half of the table. So we need to change that. So that's going to do it for me, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate anybody who watches the VODs on Twitch and or on YouTube. I appreciate everybody who's watching that stuff because I'm getting more views on YouTube. I think I got like 60 on my video yesterday, so that's a lot for me. And thanks for coming in, Alex. I think I had maybe a couple other people that came in. I'm not sure, but if you came in, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'm going to go over here and go just save the game one more time. All right. Where am I? Camera, full screen overlay. These are both the same. Both the same. So I got to note that. Let's go out here. How about this one? There. Okay. Leave the chat up there. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Wherever you are in the wide world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, put yourself in a position to be blessed and be blessed. Proverbs, the Bible, the Old Testament, the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And in Matthew 11:18, is that where? Make sure. Matthew, we had the scripture yesterday. I guess add this to my 11:38. $11.28. Matthew, okay, so now Bible, New Testament, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Jesus said and says, "Come unto me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart." For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So it really should emphasize, Jesus said, take my yoke upon you and learn from me. So when he says, take my yoke upon you, he must be referring to the fact that we have a different yoke that we're carrying if we're not carrying his yoke. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So take that with you today, wherever you are in the wide world, morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Take that with you today and be blessed. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. See you.